What up, guys? Of course, I try to be back here on here at 9 o'clock, 9:15. I missed the mark by a little bit, but I'm not too upset. I'm close enough to the mark. Sometimes it's like 9:30. I'm trying to get on here at 9 a.m. But for the title I actually have on the Cannabis Library, I was reading this article and it was talking about how Denver is accepting marijuana hospitality applications. And so I'm going to, I guess I'll share this on my Mac. Then I'll share it with you guys. And the real reason I actually shared it is because of this top part right here, where it says the first 6 years, only social equity applicants can apply, which means applicants must live in disadvantaged areas, have prior marijuana convictions, or meet low income requirements. That's pretty. That's the first time, at least, like the written law has said that. And I know there will be ways around that. Always, it's just like that simple. There's always ways around the laws. And here in America, like if you have enough money, you can find ways around laws. But that is at least good to hear, I guess. And in 6 years is a very long time. Business owners can apply for 3 different types of licenses. So they can do hospitality and sales, and like tours and stuff like that, mobile hospitality. And for the official applicants to have to be from these disadvantaged parts, at least, and the fact that people with convictions are able to, because the original letter of the law for most places was, if you have prior marijuana convictions, you can't be a part of the market. You can't be a part of the legal market at all. And for them to actually be like making a change with that and saying something different, I have to say that's pretty cool to see. I appreciate you guys for joining me on the live stream this morning. I'm packing an Air Riser bowl right now, actually. I have that review out. I put that out last night. It went out a little bit later than I wanted it to, but sometimes this can only move so fast for real. Another review should be coming out today or tomorrow. I don't really want to rush them, so I like to do them good, and I'm trying to do like the little commercials, like just trying to get better at everything. So that's also why some of them might not come out as fast, but hopefully they'll be better. This is dope. Because here in Illinois, I wish there was something like this being talked about more, like these cannabis lounges and stuff like that. But this shows, because also Colorado is so far ahead with like their market just in general, with how earlier it was legalized in most of the rest of the country, that it's taken a long time if you really think about how long it's been legal there. So if that means that for places like here in Illinois, it's going to take like 10 years to legalize it, it might just take like 10 years to get to the point where the market evolves and the laws evolve and shit like that, and they figure out a way. And if they wait to help other people get into the market, then maybe that's a good thing, Maybe it is. We have to see how it plays out, because there has been a lot of social equity states or whatever that have said it's for social equity, but this hasn't worked out that way because of the guidelines they put on them. A lot of times make it to where some people that need social equity shit like can't really get it. But it doesn't seem like that's the way it is here, because they're saying people with the prior convictions are going to be okay, which is like the big thing. People with like marijuana convictions, and because live in disadvantaged areas, that doesn't mean too much, because that's a landlord. If you're a landlord and you have a property in a disadvantaged area long enough, you could be like considered to apply with that address. So that's like not something that really keeps out people with money. But having prior marijuana convictions, that's something that definitely usually keeps people out. And low income requirements, I don't know how that works when it's going to take a lot of income to start something like that. You know what I mean? Like maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm high and reading that wrong, but low income requirements, how do you start a business with low income? I guess if you're getting loans, but if you getting loans aren't just like that easy. So it's interesting what they mean by that. So it seems like of those three things listed in this article, the thing that really solidifies the fact that people that have been hoed previously can now participate in the modern day market is the fact that people that have prior marijuana convictions are given like a 6 year head start. Which is damn near a crazy amount of time. Like we have to hope that they grant enough, or they have to hope. I don't live there, but they have to hope that they grant enough licenses that like there will be enough lounges as well. Because sometimes the social equity stuff they put in place, like I was saying, it blocks growth as well because how stringent they make the requirement. But then if you make it too loose, then people can easily get around it. So it's like playing that close game and then having the cost because low income, like this is any type of hospitality lounge, any hookah bar, any restaurant type setup always has been and always will be an expensive enterprise and an expensive thing to run. But we're going to see how this plays out here over the next 5 or 6 years, I guess. So yeah, it's a pretty short article. It's just a topic that I wanted to bring up with you guys because I think it's interesting, and I think when states like this start to organize this stuff, and these states like Colorado's always been on the forefront of just I guess drug legalization in general, but at this point we're talking about weed legalization. They were one of the earliest states, and so a lot of states see this and then they repeat, and that's just how it's usually been. Now that we have medical and people are moving from medical to recreational, some people are just doing them both at the same time. There's these different methods. There's these different methods. Yeah, but it's politics affect anything that like affects. I mean, Wi-Fi helps everybody. It affects that too. You know, like politics affect like everything that creates a lot of income. Yeah, Jimmy, it might be they might mean like small businesses, like just single, not MSO dispensaries and shit like that. Like people that are all over the country and stuff like that. Exactly, Jimmy. So that's the problem. It's just like, all right, so we do social equity, boom. You need you need to be low income to apply, boom. You need to have $250,000 liquid to apply. What? What are we talking about? Like, so where's the car? And okay, if you've had a conviction, well, if I've had a conviction and a felony, all right, I might be low income, but now who am I partnering with, and where am I getting the money to open these things? So, like, will it actually happen? Like, will social equity happen? Because is it possible? You know. So it's all in the letter of the law and how they write. Like, if it's like Oklahoma, all right, you need $2,000. All right, people can get $2,000. Like people can find $2,000 and get that together and start a business. But if you're talking about like you need $100,000 to start a business, you need to be low income, you need to live in a poor area and have a marijuana conviction. Who are these people? What? Like who are these people? Show me these people because I don't see them. Hey, Yon, how you doing? Good morning. I'm sitting here chilling, puffing on the air riser. This morning I was watching like some Patrice O'Neal, and I was like, "Fuck, it's 9 o'clock." So that is what I was doing this morning when I wasn't able to make it perfectly at 9 o'clock. But in this 9 o'clock hour, nine in this time, because I'd be up early. I got up at 6:30, but it's just I'd be writing. I'd really be wasting a lot of time in the morning. Some of it's a waste, some of it's not a waste, but exactly, Jimmy. Usually the candidate pool is so low that it's like almost a way that they've just said, okay, we legalize it, but there's just no options. Oh no. I am a Travis Scott fan, but I went to his indoor Astroworld twice. I went to one in Denver and I went to one in Houston at Toyota Center. So I've been to his indoor Astroworld tour, but that was like for the actual album in those years. But no, I don't do festivals for real. My knees have been like weak over my life for real. I can't stand like that for a long time. I don't even like standing room only concerts too much. Like I can run for 30 minutes straight, but I can't. Standing for 30 minutes is tough. Not standing for 30 minutes. I can stand for 30 minutes. But I mean like long periods of time, like just being locked in place like that, standing, dehydrated, high and shit. I already feel too old for it. I'm not that old, but if I go to a festival, I'm trying to sit down for real and enjoy it. But then you're so far away from the stage. Like I like indoor concerts where you can sit down. That's my ideal setup. Emmanuel Hospitality. So like either lounges, in the article they were saying either lounges, tour bus like type things where like consumers are going around in a tour bus, or lounges and dispensaries. So those type of applications are being accepted, and for the first 6 years you have to be low income, prior marijuana conviction. These are the people that are going to get to go to the front of the line at least. Low income, that, and live in like certain low income areas, which is like all very difficult things, and especially in Denver. But we're gonna see how it works out. But it's cool that at least like the hospitality, like lounge, like public consumption feel of shit is about to come like forward. Yeah, Jimmy, shit's crazy. Cause like when I went to his concerts, I'm sitting down in the stands, bro, just watching that shit. I've been to a lot of concerts, but I haven't really been to any festivals, just because that's not my thing, and I don't be rolling either. I be thinking you need to be on Molly to go to that shit. Oh, I got you, Emmanuel. I got you, Jimmy. I I love concerts. I saw Chance the Rapper 2 days before lockdown. That's probably the last one I've been to, I think. I feel like I've been to another one though. No? Before that I saw BJ the Chicago Kid and like Smino and Earth Gang. I don't think I've been to one since. Yeah, I haven't. I haven't. But I usually go to like in normal years I go to like 3 to 4 a year. But they've come back expensive. An artist will have half an album out and they'll be $85 tickets. I'm saying, what the hell? But yeah, guys. So anybody who just got on, there's 9 people on. I appreciate you joining me. I'm not gonna stay on here too long. I have some work to do, but I did want to acknowledge the fact that Denver is starting to like push forward with cannabis hospitality, like lounges and stuff like that. And with that being the case, I would hope that eventually other markets that are developing would follow suit. And we're going to get some lounges around the country, some cool places to chill, relax, and see if it works. Because I'm curious to see if how well it works as well. Because the thing that people aren't saying is, like, I know, of course, marijuana is completely different from alcohol, but alcohol makes people want to be like in those large settings and stuff like that. Not everybody wants to smoke in public in large settings and shit like that. So it's going to be very interesting to see, in my opinion, whether the concepts that people have been like putting forward work. Because in my opinion, like the weed has to be built into what people are doing. It cannot be something where somebody just goes to smoke weed, because as national legalization happens, people are going to less and less travel places just to smoke weed. As like it becomes legal in your state, why are you traveling like other states over to go smoke weed somewhere else when you can do it at home? So it has to be like other attractions, and you can just smoke weed while doing it. But that's kind of how I see the market developing. But it'll be interesting to see over the next like 4 or 5 years. Hopefully I keep this video, and if I'm right, I'll bring it up. See, I told you guys. But because I think a lot of people are about to start trying to build like stuff that's like just for smoking weed, and that'll be long as good. That'll be good as long as um not that long, because most of the country is reaching legalization. And with that being the case, fewer and fewer people are going to be traveling places solely on the basis of smoking weed. Because I don't think people even realize, like people in California, people in Colorado, how many people travel solely just to smoke weed at that place. But if there were 100 dispensaries around them as well, the chances of that would be very small if they also didn't like snowboarding, or if they also didn't want to go to like the Laugh Factory or some shit in LA. I don't know. Go to the beach in LA and stuff. Like if that wasn't also the case, then would they be traveling there for weed? So it's very interesting. Even like places like Illinois, like how much will Illinois' market be affected when like Wisconsin legalizes it? Because I know there are a lot of people from Wisconsin getting weed in Illinois now. It has to be that way because it's where it's at. It's like when there used to be like dry alcohol counties and people would just drive over a county, get some alcohol and bring it back home. Like I know people are going to Michigan and getting weed from other states like Ohio that aren't currently like fully legal. And when that stuff stops, how much then the market kind of like levels out a little bit because people have it available local to them. So it'll be interesting to see how this hospitality market breaks down over kind of the course of the next few years. But I'm excited to see it because it's progress either way. That's what I'm trying to say. But guys, I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you coming and smoking with me. I'll see you guys later.